Good morning, and thank you for joining us again for our Bible study as we continue looking at the book of Job and things we can learn about God. As we have noticed, the book of Job is an inspired writing that allows us to view this suffering man named Job. Our hearts throb as words are read that describe the abrupt change in Job's living conditions. In one day, Job experienced the pain of losing his possessions and the grief of hearing that all of his children were dead. On another day, Job experienced physical pain and humiliation when he became covered with boils from the sole of his foot to the crown of his head. Job also experienced isolation when his wife challenged him to give up his desire and effort to be righteous before God while suffering so severely. This change, of course, did not appear to Job, and it certainly does not appear initially to the reader to be a change for the better. If Job is disobedient to God in his life, then the suffering that he experiences is only what God revealed the disobedient person would receive. But is Job disobedient to God? No. Job is introduced as a man who was blameless, upright, God-fearing, and evil-shunning. In Job 2 verse 10, even though Job experienced the great loss of his possessions, his children, his health, and the confidence of his wife, he did not sin with his lips. Looking at all that happened, how do we conclude from reading Job that the God of Job is the God who loves? God demonstrates his love for Job by showing his confidence in Job. God is certain that Job would do the opposite of what the devil anticipated him to do. Satan issues a challenge in Job 1 verses 9 through 11. Does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not made a hedge around him, around his household, and around all that he has on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands, and his possessions have increased in the land. But now stretch out your hand and touch all that he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. God answers Satan's challenge in chapter 1 verse 12 by placing Job in the position to prove that Satan is wrong and God is right. God is confident that Job did not need material things and people to be righteous. God is confident that Job trusts him whether in prosperity or poverty. Would God have that same confidence in us? God also demonstrates his love for Job by allowing Job's faith to grow. Job, even while suffering, determines to be righteous before God. Finally, God reveals himself to Job as the one who is all-powerful, chapter 40, verses 1 and 2. Job experienced some hard blows from Satan, and while hurting, he cries out. But in the conclusion of the book of Job, Job's faith is seen to have grown in that he concludes that God can do everything and God's purpose cannot be overturned. We, like Job, should not question and complain because God sees the full picture and we only see part of the picture. And then God demonstrates his love for Job by giving back to him. Job 42 and verse 10, the Lord restored Job's losses when he prayed for his friends. Indeed, the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. We see that God sent Job to do the important work of proving Satan wrong. And in the course of doing that, Job lost everything. God demonstrated his love in that when Job lost these things in service to God, God gave them back to him and gave him more than what he had before Satan's challenge. The God of Job loves. Is this true? It certainly is. It was true for Job, and it can be true for you and me. When we demonstrate righteousness to the degree that God will love us and have confidence in us to prove to Satan that he is wrong concerning man's ability to trust and to be faithful to God. Thank you again for joining us to study God's Word. Please join us every Monday morning at 10 a.m. for more study. You're also invited to join us for our assemblies each week. On Sundays, we have Bible classes for all ages at 9:30 and worship at 10:30 and 6. Our worship assemblies are live streamed on YouTube and Facebook. Our Wednesday Bible study is at 7 p.m. We also offer Bible correspondence courses through the mail and personal face-to-face Bible study. You can contact us through any of the means scrolling across your screen. Thank you and have a wonderful day.